And welcome to a very special 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time edition of the Ramsey Show Aftershow show. It is episode number 88 today. Woo woo! I don't know what kind of chat presence we will have. Excuse the mess behind me. Actually, it probably looks pretty much like it does always, but maybe a little bit more messy because in the middle of moving. Okay, it is working. Let's see. Let's make sure. We got. Oh, duh. Gotta have the. There we go. Okay, so that's working. Got mic today. That's good. Tech support stream last night. First 10 minutes. Did not remember to set. You always got to turn the default mic to the correct mic always on this software. So again, I'll just wait like one more minute just in case somebody should happen to come in to the chat. It's an odd time for me. I had to go to my son's high school for a senior meeting where they talked about how this year would be different for them and college-y stuff and stuff like that. So fun times. My boy will be an adult in 8 months. Crazy. Alright, I will put, let's see, my email address right there if you have a question about a free consultation, assessment, financial coach type, and you can email me right there if you have any questions about anything on my channel or anything like that. Donations, paypal.me/Coach Steve Money, as you can see right down there. And what up, Queen of Sheba? You're right, it's prime time. You got it. Excellent. So we got one chatter anyway. Don't know how many viewers. But and I'll put in the if you would just like to schedule that free consultation, it is RamseyCoach.com, which is on the Ramsey Solutions website. RamseyCoach.com/Coach Steve Money, and that's me. Alright, so that is in the chat. So, let's get going, shall we? I had notes, and there they are. Live from Columbus, OH. It's a very special Ramsey Show After Show, prime time, baby, where we talk about the Ramsey Show YouTube chat and the people in it and all things financial. I am your host, Coach Steve Money, and I am a certified Ramsey Solutions financial coach and a Ramsey preferred coach as well. And you can schedule a free consultation assessment with me by either emailing the address right there, and if you have any questions about it, or you can just go ahead and schedule that bad boy. Thanks for the IO, Queen of Sheba, appreciate it. Or you can go to RamseyCoach.com/Coach Steve Money and just get on the calendar that way. And you can reach me also on Instagram and the Twitter at Coach Steve Money, no spaces. If you'd like to donate to the channel, right there, so I can make it better, paypal.me/Coach Steve Money. All right. Today's Ramsey Show hosts were Dave Ramsey and Christy Wright. Let's do that. Let's do this. And let's do this. And Christy's new book, Take Back Your Time, is available for pre-order now. It's out in, I want to say, October. Or November, maybe. I think Ken's is in November. Hers is October. Maybe it's September. I don't remember. It'll tell you when. I think it'll tell you when you pre-order. And of course, right here we go. Market report, and we're all down here, all right around the 1 point, probably an average of a little less than 1% down today. Dow negative 1.08%. S&P negative 1.07%, NASDAQ 0.89%, and Russell 0.84%. So everything down. One thing that was up, they kept the NASDAQ up a little bit more, was Tesla was 3.5% up. All the other big tech stocks were down, as you can see there. Apple 2.5 down. Amazon 1.26 down. Yeah. Losing bags today, riding that coaster. That's right. Well, it's on sale. The people that are buying today get it on sale, and that's how you do that. So no EDM X3 today, right? Pretty soon though. Let's see, was there anything else I wanted on here? I don't think so. All right. Let's continue. Don't duct tape unruly passengers, United Airlines says in a memo to employees. The memo was sent after recent incidents involving passengers on other carriers who were duct taped to their seats. Unruly passengers may have been duct taped to their seats on other carriers, but United Airlines officials want to make clear they do not endorse the practice. Right. Yeah, absolutely, you'll get there. Quote, please remember that there are designated items aboard that may be used in difficult situations, and alternate measures such as tape should never be used, John Slater, Senior Vice President of In-Flight Services, told employees in a Friday memo. He encouraged crew members to follow de-escalation practices and to discuss the situation with the captain, customer service representative, and ground security coordinator for evaluations and solutions. Now, I would like to know what the designated items aboard are, because that means like a physical thing, right, that you can do something with. So I'm wondering if that means like tasers or something like that. But the memo comes amid a spike in dangerous behavior involving unruly passengers, including recent incidents where passengers were restrained using duct tape. And so like, just let's take a look at this guy for just a second. As you can see there, he's throwing punches. So at that point, I think your rule book goes out the window. Because that is crazy. Especially, see, earlier this month, passengers on a Frontier Airlines flight from Philly to Miami, going to Miami, duct taped a man to his seat after he groped two flight attendants and got into a physical fight with another, authorities said. And so that's passengers do it. So that's different. I wonder if the memo said that they should stop passengers from doing that, because I wouldn't stop doing anything. And in July, and fighting is one thing. Okay, Okay, he's a rough and tumble guy. He wants to fight. In July, a woman aboard an American Airlines flight from Dallas Fort Worth to Charlotte was duct taped to her seat by flight attendants after she tried to open the plane door mid-flight. I don't know. I think some duct tape into the seat might be called for there. In a typical year, the Federal Aviation Administration said the agency sees 100 to 150 formal cases of bad passenger behavior, but from the start of this year to May, that number has jumped to 2,500, including about 1,900 passengers who refused to comply with the federal mask mandate, according to the FAA. So if that's just, that's still a jump. If even that's 600, if even they refused to wear the mask, and so that's unruly behavior, or that's bad passenger behavior. If they're counting that, and it's just 600, that's a crazy jump from the typical year. That is crazy. People losing their minds, and also, you think this probably isn't the typical year of the amount of passengers? Wouldn't you think there would be less people flying? Maybe not now. Maybe not like in the past 3 months or so like that. It may have picked up. Yeah. So, but that is just crazy. Crazy. We've got a trio of articles from Fidelity.com. I use them as my brokerage and have nothing but glowing reports about them. Everything's very, very easy, no problems whatsoever. Tips for couples, improving money talks. Learn ways to help foster better financial communication with your significant other. Key takeaways. Making sure you each have easy access to your shared financial information can help you both feel more empowered and avoid misunderstandings. Absolutely. Not just one of you has the password to the bank website. Choose scam likely. Choose a time and place. One day it's going to actually be a call for me and I'm going to answer. But mostly it's scam likely. Choose a time and a place for your money conversations when you'll both feel focused and be free from interruptions. Don't want kids running around, etc., etc. Working with a financial professional may help you clarify your long-term financial goals and find agreement on day-to-day money issues. And we have financial professionals working here at Fidelity, I'm sure. Let's see if there's anything. That probably about covers it. If you and your significant other aren't exactly of one mind when it comes to your money, you're not alone. Many couples still report that it's difficult to start conversations about money, and almost 1 in 5 partners say that money is their greatest relationship challenge. 1, put all your cards on the table. That does not mean credit cards. Keeping financial secrets might help you sidestep a difficult conversation in the short run, but in the long run, it will only serve to erode trust and sabotage your communication. It means be honest. Tina Shares says, follow the rules, you won't get duct tape. Seems simple to me. Yeah, there you go. Agree. Number 2, make sure you both have equal access to financial information. We went above that up top in the key what is that? Key takeaways is what this calls it. CNBC does that as well, and they call it something different, but I appreciate it. That makes it easier to do this kind of thing with. You both have to both be able to access the websites and such, and keeping statements handy if you still do that paper thing over there. Choose time, place, and agenda for your money conversations carefully. Yep, it's got to be. You got to be able to concentrate on it, etc. Time, day of the week, and time when you both feel fresh and focused as well. Coming up with agenda in advance. Probably your nerd will do that. Focus on shared goals. That sounds familiar. Be open about your concerns. Yeah, you know, being quiet about it if it's a concern is not anything you should do with anything regarding a marriage. When in doubt, seek out more information. So that's where you would hire a financial professional to help you there if you don't have all the information. And consider enlisting professional help. That's basically the same thing. I guess here you could go to the Google and try to get some of it. But if you can't, professional help. The way to go. 5 Social Security myths debunked. Focus on the facts before you claim this valuable retirement income benefit. Most of us, probably all of us, aren't there yet. I don't think any of the people that watch my show, at least the people that have chatted, are 62 yet. Some people believe you have to start claiming it at 62. That's a myth. 62 is the earliest age you can claim your benefit, but it's not the only age to do so. And also, you get less money. As you can see in the second key takeaway, waiting to claim Social Security after age 62 comes with a bonus, roughly 8% additional monthly income per year for each year you delay claiming up to age 70. So that would be best. And definitely try to stay alive that long too, so you get that money back. If you're divorced and meet certain conditions, you're entitled either to your own Social Security benefit or to 50% of your ex's Social Security benefit, whichever is higher. And again, that's divorced and meeting certain conditions. Do not know which ones those are, and they don't say it, I don't think. So that's the myth. Well, we already talked about. I think we basically said all this stuff. Myth 2: you'll never get your money back, all the money you put in the program. Everyone's situation is different, but if you live a long time, you may collect more than you contributed to the system. Myth 3: my ex-spouse's actions could negatively affect my Social Security benefit. If you have an ex-spouse, you may be entitled to spousal benefits. If you were married for 10 consecutive years and have not remarried, and you've reached your FRA something retirement age. Let's see what that stands for. Here it is again. It's there somewhere. FRA. Full retirement age. Okay, so that means where you get the most amount of money there. So I guess that maybe can go down. Myth 4: your benefits are based only on wages you've earned before age 65. How your Social Security benefit is calculated can seem mysterious, but it's important to know. Heard a PhD at the school meeting say important tonight, so that was fun. You can use the tools on SSA Gov to do the calculations. Benefits calculated based on your highest 35 years of earnings, so, and they don't have to be consecutive years or before 65. If you work past 65, those earning years will be included. Myth 5: you can claim early and then get a bump up once you reach full retirement age. Many believe there's a bump up or added income once they reach their full retirement age. They've heard they can claim early. Then when they reach 66 or older, their checks will increase to the amount that corresponds to their full retirement age benefit. That's a big misconception. which often is the case when somebody starts the sentence with "I heard." Yeah. So checklist for Social Security claiming strategy: know your numbers, find out your full retirement age, earnings history, estimated benefits, stay current. Sign up for your most current statements on SSA.gov. Do the math. Use calculators on SSA.gov to check out your monthly benefit options. Get the facts. Don't succumb to myths. Use primary resources such as SSA.gov. Alright, and the last from the trilogy from Fidelity trilogy. Why we fight about money. You have to understand what you're really fighting about to make peace. And as we know, a lot of times the money stuff is just the symptom of a bigger problem in the marriage. Key takeaway: money fights can be about any underlying dynamic in a family, so they run the gamut. One step to facing the conflict is to not think of it as something that needs to be resolved, but rather something that couples need to discuss openly and understand about each other. Couples often have an expectation that they need to end up with the same thinking, but in some financial areas there are ways to get to a shared decision. That would be where if you do not have the same thinking, that would be where you compromise and maybe do half and half. Most of all, couples should regularly talk about money just to get that to be the new normal. Absolutely. And I think that's going to probably be all we need on that. Start a conversation, explore wealth management, get the latest insights, on which you can do these two on Fidelity's website, I'm sure. Investors Business Daily has this article on... does it even say the name of the article anywhere? Oh, Warren Buffett and analysts agree you should own these 9 stocks. Warren Buffett is famous for betting against Wall Street. So when analysts and Buffett agree on S&P 500 stocks to own, you'll want to pay attention. We don't recommend single stocks, but they are in mutual funds, so it's interesting to learn about them. And this is the ones that they agree on, even though they butt heads sometimes, or most of the time even. There would be own shares in 9 stocks, General Motors, Amazon.com, and Chevron. The analysts think will run up 20% or more in the next 12 months. Queen of Sheba, would that get you to EDM X3? 20% more. So if a couple, if two or three or something like that of your mutual funds there went up to 20%, would that get it? Yeah, bags, exactly. Let's see what else it is. Definitely just say 3 of them and then talk about stuff. And then let's see, Amazon, of course. As we learned previously on the Ramsey Show Aftershow show. And if I was going to edit it, that would be where you edit it, and then it would show from the previous show where we talked about it. And it was Apple, American Express, and Bank of America are his top 3. And that's his heavily in those 3 in his portfolio. But on this one it says Amazon. We'll see if those other 3 are in the list. Amazon just 0.6% of his U.S. listed holdings. Interesting, that's not more. Compare that with the whopping 43.5% of the Berkshire portfolio in Apple. Yeah. Berkshire holds roughly 5.4 of Apple's shares outstanding. So, like, of all of them. Yep. Okay, so analysts think 8.7 in the next 12 months. So that's not one of the. How many was it? 10? No, 9. 9 stocks, and we found out 3 of them so far. Boom, 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 boom. General Motors, we already found out about. Buffett eased up a bit on Chevron as well, meaning they sold some. Analysts continue to be meh on the number 2 largest holding, Bank of America. Where is it? Oh, is this the list now? Here we are. This is the list. The 20 where it's gonna. These are gonna go 20 apparently, according to analysts. I don't know that Buffett himself has called for that, but analysts apparently. General Motors, Liberty, Sirius XM. That's interesting. And here you see right here in this column, you see the year to date. So see if it's on track for that. Teva Pharmaceutical. Never heard of it. And it's at negative 1.8. So what do they know that would make that go up? Unless they're working on an even better vaccine or something, or have some other kind of breakthrough happening. The Amazon is one of them. Chevron, talked about Sirius XM Holdings, and that's different than Sirius XM themselves. Liberty Latin America. I don't know what that. Oh, Liberty. Liberty must be a company that owns stuff like radio stations and other companies. I guess they own Sirius XM. T-Mobile US. And that's a 4.3. The Sirius XM Holdings at negative 3.9. And so they're going to, when did they say? Not by year end. They said, the next 12 months. So it has plenty of time to recover from these. But some of them are, that one's there. The Chevron is almost there for year to date. The Liberty Latin America, almost there for year to date. T-Mobile is at least positive, 4.3. But Merck, I do not know what Merck does. Let's find out. Steve, Google stuff. Steve, Google stuff. It's a pharmaceutical company. Let's see. What is Merck famous for? Well-known pharmaceutical drugs, vaccines, and animal health products. It made the first smallpox vaccine for commercial use in the U.S. Well, that's great, but that was a long time ago. Scam likely again. Scam likely again. They like to call after people get home from work. Okay, so let's find the. Okay, and so yeah. Okay, so we're done with the list. So that's interesting. So hopefully, if those all do go up to 20, they will. They are in some of your mutual funds, and mine as well. This from acorns.com. That's the investing app that puts, like, I guess, your change into it invests your change from transactions. I believe that's how that works. 50% of millennials, is that word, think they need $300,000 or less to retire in comfort. Here's how much they actually need. It's got to be over $1 million, right? or maybe close to it, somewhere around that, maybe a little bit over $1 million, if they're including the inflation. Let's see, how much are you going to need to retire? Whatever your answer, there's a good chance you're lowballing it, experts say. According to a new survey from Transamerica Center for Retirement Studies, half of millennials born 1981 to 1996, in case you didn't know what a millennial was, believe that they're... And also, why don't we make it like 20 years, an even number of years? Why is it, it's 15 years? Is that what we're doing? We're doing every 15 years? Believe that they'll need $300,000 or less in savings to retire comfortably, a fraction of what most estimates say they'll need. Gen X had slightly higher estimates. How much different generations estimate they need? Boomers, $750K, which is the most. Gen X, $500K. Millennials, $300K, and then Gen Z is back at the $500. So these millennials, dog, they have a rosy idea of the future, I guess. The rule of thumb is that you want an annual retirement income that's about 75% of your pre-retirement income, according to experts. So based on Grove's retirement calendar, the median millennial that's age 32 earning their median U.S. household income of $68,703 would need to save $1.8 million in order to retire on 3/4 of their income at age 67. So yeah, so if you go, I was of course thinking about mine, which is less than that. So that's why I was saying about a little over 1 million. So that was about right. Don't estimate your retirement needs by guessing. So, but basically it is however much you have saved, invested in a retirement account, and if it's making the 10 to 12 average returns, as Dave Ramsey says, if it's making that, so you need 10 times the amount of your income. So. And you got to include stuff will cost more. So by then, inflation, etc., etc. So always do more. Always go up more. So I think that's about it from here. And this was actually sent to me by Ellie Fant. What time is it? 8:03. All right. Let's see what else we got. Maybe we won't do all these. From the Los Angeles Times, High School Insider, I think that's what that is. Opinion, why you shouldn't use food delivery apps. During the pandemic, apps like DoorDash or Postmates have become more popular than ever before, mostly because of their convenience. With a single tap, you can get food from your favorite restaurants delivered right to your doorstep without having to go outside and risk coming in contact with the coronavirus. However, while these apps make... And that just goes dot, 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 and then it... Oh. I see. And then it's down here. I don't know why they do that. They could have just said dot, 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 and then continue the article instead of reprinting it. Oh, well, that makes it longer. Maybe he gets credit for having it twice on here. He gets credit for each word. However, while these apps make life a little easier for the customer, they make it a lot harder for the restaurant. Oh, I wasn't thinking about that. I was thinking about me and being so tight with a buck, not wanting to give up bucks. I don't do any delivery. I do delivery, but I'm the delivery person. I go get it, is what I do. And that way I don't have to pay any tip to anybody or any fee. So the fee is my trouble of going to get it. Let's see. And Tina Scher says, and of course all the articles mentioned will be linked in the description box below. No. If I were to start that, it would probably be like an even day, like probably like September 1st or something like that, or January 2025 or something like that, when I have an assistant to do that. Tina shares in such a remote area. They don't even have delivery services. Wow, what are you? Or is it the sticks, or is it just an area where it's just not stuff near there? Did you find like a huge plot of land and just build a house right there or something, Tina? Harder for the restaurant. Let's see how. The relationship between restaurants and the companies that run these apps is very one-sided. The delivery apps treat their affiliated restaurants less like business partners and more like their own personal workforce, cutting into the restaurant's profits when necessary. Now, Matt Majeski, the co-owner of Ohio restaurant Pierogi Mountain. Never heard of it. And also, I don't think I've had a pierogi or know what it is. Steve is Googling, looking for stuff. Let's see what we got here. Where is it? Grant Avenue in the Discovery District area of downtown. There's an arena district where the Nationwide Arena is down there. I don't know where Discovery is. Grant. Yeah, don't know where that is off the top of my head, but interesting. Where's in case you don't know what's in a pierogi, this is a pierogi. And that's not on there. Pierogi. Pierogi ingredients: cheese, potato, flour, egg, onion, ground meat, butter, salt, sour cream. What's not to like, right? I don't think I've had one. All right. I'll look it up. Maybe I'll try to make one day. Okay, so where were we? Got distracted. Because it was Ohio restaurant, that's why. And also it was a pierogi. Shared his Grubhub statements with the New York Times, which showed Grubhub took more than 40% from the average order. And that's not gonna... that's more orders. You're getting the delivery orders. You also gotta take away the few from there that would, if it wasn't delivered, that they would go get it, or that maybe if they have their own delivery service, if they did it, they would use that. So you gotta not count that. But there is some where they give you, where you get extra income from using Grubhub, obviously. But of course, it's the lower the percentage is that you're getting, the less beneficial it is. Beverly Kim, a chef at the Michelin-starred Parachute restaurant in Chicago, told the New York Times that Caviar, a delivery app owned by Grubhub, was charging fees of 25% for each order. Kim's staff got a response and eventually a refund from Caviar, according to the New York Times. Interesting. Scam likely again. That's so many. I don't know if it's the same one. Let's see if it's the same number. I think it is. Let's see, with Seamless, a Grubhub-owned delivery app, there are 4 brackets from 12.5% to 20%. And the higher commission level a restaurant chooses, the more they are featured on the homepage of the app, according to a 2016 article in the Tribeca Citizen. Okay, so is that it? Where they just take all the money? Buying up thousands of websites, domain names that match the name of a restaurant they are affiliated with, and then taking orders for the restaurant through the website. That's interesting. Getting a little skirting the ethics there, I think. I don't know. Thousands of website domain names that match the name of the restaurant. Yeah. Done without permission from the owners of the restaurants, and the websites are sometimes in direct competition with the official restaurant. Official website, sorry. Alrighty, so well, that's that. Oh, what time is it? 3 ways to grow $100,000 into $1 million for retirement savings. This is from the Motley Fool, which their website is fool.com. Adding extra zero to your tax advantage retirement accounts is possible. Here's how you do it. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, that sounds a lot like you get 10% for 10 years. The miraculous thing is that growing 100K into 1 mil for retirement requires no advanced financial knowledge and no specialized degree. There's also no need to figure out which sector will go up next or which stock is destined to become the next Amazon. Okay, 1, you commit to investment strategy. Over the time, the U.S. stock market has returned in the neighborhood of 8 to 10% annually, but this long-term return only becomes available to those who are willing to commit to their investment strategy long-term. It's not for those likely to sell at the first sight of market turmoil. Many people turn to broad market, low-cost index funds to access this return. Here's how your 100K could look in 30 years by simply allowing the market to continue its ride higher. There you go. At 12%, 30 years, it's $3 million. At 10%, 30 years, it's 1.745 thousand, 1,745,000. And at 8%, in 30 years, it is $1 million. So you just need time. So yeah, commit to that investment strategy. That means you ride it, you don't take it out. You save early and aggressively. If you're currently sitting on 100K, another way to supercharge your investments is to add to the pile aggressively. The sooner you do this, the better. In other words, the longer your money has to compound in the market, the greater the balance will be when you approach retirement. By adding 12K per year, starting with a shorter time horizon, say 20 years, let's look at how your investments may perform. All right, so you're adding it. Yeah, you're adding there. So that's what you get right here if you add to it in 20 years. In just 20 years, not the 30 years. Mind your fees. A lot of people that prefer index funds or ETFs, they're all about the fees. I know the fees. So you want to make sure that they're not crazy. This is not to say all advisors are bad. If you're in need of investment advice, it makes sense to visit a fee-only financial planner that charges hourly or in a fixed fee format. Most of them, though, I think charge based on what they make for you. Costs matter in investing, of course they do. Remember, a 1% annual fee may sound small, but in reality, you'll be giving away a significant chunk of your long-term returns, unless it makes more for you than the index or ETF does. Simplicity is key. The rules of math work the same if you have 100K or many millions of dollars. The basic truth is you'll need to commit to a long-term investment strategy, save early and often, and sidestep high fees when possible. If you get these foundational details right, the chances of you becoming a retirement millionaire will rise tenfold. Let's see. Tina says, no one drives for Grubhub or Uber Eats around here. They can get Domino's, though. Domino's approved. $7.99 for your 3-topping large from the Domino's. Approved. Absolutely. Alright, we'll do the... Oh, this is all I got anyway. Okay, great. I do have more articles from Sid, of course, though. But we will use those over the coming days. The Ohio. Oh, whoops. I forgot to give my plugs. Let's see what we got. The Ramsey Show Aftershow show is 6 p.m. Eastern Time every weekday, except today. And I'll try to, if it's going to be a different time, I will tell you in advance if I possibly can. And this one I knew about, so I told you. 6 p.m. Eastern Time every weekday, unless I tell you differently. And at 7:30 on Tuesdays, there would usually be a board gaming with my friend Stephen Glenn, and who is an award-winning board game designer. And except he could not make it. Yesterday was Tuesday. Could not make it. So I did a tech support stream. And what else? I got to get my daughter into gear so we can find another game to play for father-daughter video gaming, some kind of co-op thing. I will usually start a live stream just for chatting if the Ramsey Show mod is not posted that day's show by 10 a.m. Eastern Time, as was the case 5 times in the past month. Let's see, after this is over, I'll probably get some dinner, and then I'm going to make probably a short video about I have early access to Madden, although the pre-orders people that pre-ordered it got it yesterday, access to it yesterday, and so they have it now. And I updated a roster there because EA hasn't done that yet, which they don't normally do until the end of preseason, right before they do a big update of the final rosters after the final cuts are done. So, but I updated it with the current cuts and signings. And a couple signings as well, not just cuts. All right, and Ohio. Fact of the day is the Ohio's state nickname is the Buckeye State, and that is also what the University of Ohio State, the Ohio State University's mascot is the Buckeyes. And that's what they look like, and that is a nut. The name Buckeye stems from Native Americans who called the nut hetuck, which means buckeye because the markings on the nut resemble the eye of a deer. But the National Association between Ohio and the Buckeye was born during William Henry Harrison's 1840 presidential campaign. He was a Virginia-born Ohioan and military hero. Harrison's opponents claimed he was better suited to sit in a log cabin and drink hard cider. Oh, they had some good debates back then. It sounds like Harrison's supporters turned this intended criticism into promotion, dubbing him the log cabin candidate. They fashioned Harrison's campaign emblem as a log cabin made of Buckeye timbers with a long string of Buckeyes decorating the walls. Harrison's backers also walked with Buckeye canes and rolled whiskey barrels in parade. Interesting. They don't have any. They don't have any pictures of that. But and if you didn't know, they make Buckeye chocolate. It's a chocolate, and inside is peanut butter, so it resembles this. And a bunch of people around here make them, especially around the holidays. And it's like kind of like a souped up Reese's cup. It's awesome. Yep, Tina had already said the Buckeye candies are so good. Absolutely. Peanut butter ball covered in chocolate. What's not to like about that, right? Again, is it the same? It is the same one. It is the same one. I'm going to have to block them, which I will do as soon as I end this stream. So, once again, you can... What can you do? You can get me at... Whoops. That's not what I want to look at. I want to look at that screen. Yeah. You can get me at CoachSteveMoney@gmail.com if you have any questions, or if you want to get my address so you can send me some Buckeyes. Donations, paypal.me/CoachSteveMoney. And if you'd like to schedule a free financial coaching consultation / assessment, you can do that on the Ramsey website. They have a special website for that called RamseyCoach.com /Coach Steve Money is my particular one. And that is it for this very special. Thank you for attending, Tina Scher, the Queen of Sheba. And I looked for that clip from the movie Bye Bye Love where Randy Quaid says his wife is the Queen of Sheba because she bought new tires with the child support money. But yeah. So, and I appreciate you. Appreciate you, girl. And that will be about it. Like I said, I'm gonna have dinner, and then I'll do another stream. Letting people know that I have done a roster on there for people to download. I had people like, I started doing it at the end of Madden's 2021's run, and like with about 3 months to go before the new one came out, and probably like 2,000 people or so. Just another way for me to get my name out in front of people. And so, but it's the kind of thing that I would do anyway. Alrighty. Have a good night, Tina Scher. Good night, everybody. And I will see you tomorrow, and Ramsey Show, Aftershow show will be at the regular time of 6 p.m. See ya.